Hello, welcome everyone to All the Muches.
Hi.
I'm Chris Colville.
And I am Michael Bowman Zamora.
Welcome to our show. This is a fun show called All the Muches, where us two Aquarians, if you will, we just talk about all the tea, all the truth.
We sure do.
Talk about whatever we want.
You know what? I'm going to get very close to the camera because I did something stupid again.
What'd you do?
Not turn on the microphone.
Oh.
My husband did. We have
Right.
We have a technical genius in the house, Teeny.
Welcome everyone. Welcome
welcome.
everyone to All the Muches, a TV show where we, Chris Colville and Michael B. Zamora,
Zamora, I love that.
B. Zamora, you'll be all the Zamora, are just here to chat about all the things that we want to chat about, talk about all the tea, all the muches. And yeah, we're just a couple of two Aquarians here to do all those things.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. What do you want to start off with today, Michael?
Chip's comment, I guess.
I don't get paid for this. Well, you know, till death do you part, right?
Yeah, as it should be.
Isn't that how that goes?
So I think we should start off with what we start off with every show, which is all of our checking in.
Oh yeah, checking in, mental health and physical wellness. How is your mental health and physical wellness, babe?
Girl,
How you
today we are tired. Just feeling it. I just got done on a tour of Kansas City, Missouri. And
All right.
it was so much fun. I had a lot of fun out there with the crew and the cast of the different shows, but she is feeling the everything right now.
The lag, all the lag.
Yeah, the jet lag, the scrying, I almost said, the scrying babies on the plane, the screaming babies on the plane.
Whatever they are, the little monsters.
Which there were on all four of my planes. So I had a layover. On the way there, I laid over Midway, Chicago for way too long. And then on the way back, I laid over. I went from Kansas City, Missouri to St. Louis, Missouri. And they were like, this is a half-hour flight. And I was like, half hour too long with that
crying monster? Yeah, sure.
And I have such respect for, I will say this, I have such respect for parents who have to deal with that, because all of us on the plane are going, ugh, that dumb kid, shut it up. And like people say, people say stuff. And those poor parents, you can't help that your kid is crying.
Well, right, I'll watch a parent's face and they'll just be stoic. And I'm like, how are you keeping your shit together?
Yeah, it's not fair. I mean, the next thing to do is literally take it into the laboratory, just flush it like you goldfish. No, I'm just kidding. Jokes. We do not condone that on all the
jokes. No jokes. All jokes.
Yeah,
all the jokes.
Yeah, all the jokes there. But no, so I'm a little tired. I can hear it in my voice a little. The congestion is real. Also, I was in the Midwest, and I lived in the Midwest for like 900 years of my life, of my 2,000-year life, and that's going to be not my what is it? My 500-pound life. Mine is going to be my 2,000-year life. Which really
2001st birthday.
All of you kind of say that to me though. Like, how many lives have you lived? Because I've done so many so much crazy.
You
shit
really
in my
have.
lifetime.
Yeah. Every time we tell a story, I'm like, where
in the timeline?
The timeline is that.
But I where was I going with that? In my 2,000-year life, I have not. Oh, I lived in the Midwest for a long time.
Right,
and so the food there is Midwestern. It's like, I mean, for fuck's sake, we have tater tot casseroles in the Midwest.
Farm to table just isn't an idea there.
No, it is farm to table, but it's like the whole half of the cow and potatoes. And which is where Chip, my husband, will always say, my favorite food is steak and potatoes.
Oh, yes.
But potatoes are actually probably my favorite food.
Aww.
So I'm feeling a little...
It makes sense as to how you do them so well.
Yeah, a little down on energy today, but I'm feeling great to be here.
Yeah.
We made good coin, so the dancers and everybody's tickets are basically paid for now. So now it's like paying for the actual stay on the next few shows. So yeah.
Amazing. For those of you who don't know, Michael is also a drag queen, and we are going in July to Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, to help Miss Thang and his team, which includes me and everyone else involved, to win Entertainer of the Year and take home a nice, gorgeous crown.
Sarah said cheese toast is Chip's favorite food. That's true.
Cheese toast? What's cheese toast? Yeah, Chippy, tell us about cheese toast.
Wait, hold on. I have to, before I put Chip's comment up there. I have to explain this because it's so. First of all, Chip says our toaster oven is not a toaster oven; it's a cheese toast machine.
Is it only meant for raclettes?
So he takes a slice of bread, and then a slice of American cheese, and toasts it. That is cheese toast.
Simple. It's satisfying.
It's half of a grilled cheese. But don't say that to him, because it's cheese toast.
Well, right, because you're not grilling it, you're toasting it.
Man, you don't put butter on.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, hey, that sounds nice.
A couple comments came in, and then we need to hear about your mental health and wellness.
Yes, thank you.
Any viewers want to sponsor this Drag Husband would appreciate it. So that is our national package, and Drag Husband and the Queen and the dancers would appreciate it.
Yeah, please.
So feel free, hit us up on Instagram to learn about that. And speaking of dancers, Kickball Change. Hi, babe.
Hey, honey. Hope you're having fun on your vacation.
Your 72nd vacation.
You won a lot of money last night. Where are you? In Vegas, I think.
Did he get up on the stripper pole?
No, but I saw in his story he won a lot of money on a slot machine. Yeah, hundreds of dollars.
And our friend Ed is back. Tater tot casserole, yummy.
Yeah,
they are actually really good, but think about it. Think about the arteries clogged.
Well, have you been to? I don't know if I've taken you to, but have you been to Amsterdam Ale House?
No.
In the Upper West Side?
No.
They have something called tornado tots. That is.
I have been there.
I've
been there.
Oh, okay. Picture nachos, but made with potato tots, fully loaded.
Tater tots.
Yeah, tater tots. Yeah.
Potato tots is what you said.
Potato tots.
So, do you want to hear something really quick? That they had tater tots that were this big in Kansas City.
That's a hash brown.
And they were full round, like a tater tot, and they were this big, and they're large on purpose. You got 3 on a plate.
That sounds like something from a Mario Brothers video game.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound real.
Sarah loves tornado tots.
Come on, Tornado Toda. I live for Tornado Toda.
$800 plus.
You said the amount. I didn't want to give it away. I didn't want to let the world know how rich you were now. So.
Bradley, you can always go to AliMartinezQueen.com/shop and buy your Team Martinez shirt.
Yes.
With that money.
Yes. Also, if you are interested,
we do have tank tops.
Yes, tank top.
And
also,
masks.
if you're interested in sponsoring and helping, just shoot us an email at info@allthebunches.com.
I would put that up, but energy.
It's fine.
So your mental health, physical wellness.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
We're
not talking about working out because I haven't done it in a week. Just so you know.
We won't talk about it. We won't talk about that part. But I'm also a little tired. It's been a long week of work. It's been a long week of work. Things are ramping up. COVID is, at least in New York City, starting to feel a lot looser. Things feel like they're starting to come back to a place of normalcy. Of course, everyone is still wearing masks and being very smart.
Most people.
Yeah, most people. But yeah, so business is starting to really come back because of the nicer weather. And as a result, we are just getting pretty busy for our smaller staff that we have. And yeah, it's just been long days. And
you've been eating lots of bath salts, I heard you say earlier.
I've been eating all the bath salts, just kidding. Not eating them, but taking them. Not in my mouth, but in the water that I soak in.
Yeah.
That's what you do with bath salts.
All the bath salts.
Yeah, bath salts. Yeah, meditation, mental wellness. I mean, I had a day yesterday, it was my day off, and I told myself that today I just need to do some R&R. So I took a salt bath. I looked into what this current full moon that we had yesterday, that pink moon in Scorpio, meant for me as an Aquarius, as us for an Aquarius, which he still has not yet seen.
I have not.
The tarot
maybe we'll have a horoscope reading at the end of the show today, just for shits and giggles.
Why not? Both of those.
Yeah, we love both. Shit and giggling.
But yeah, so I had a little R&R day yesterday. I had some cathartic moments, got some crying out, which for any of you who know me or don't know me, the best way for me to feel of sound mind is to cry about my stress and things that I'm dealing with. And then
for me, it's to purchase things.
I feel so good. That though.
I feel my best self when I'm spending money.
Retail therapy. It's a thing. Yeah, I just bought a new. Oh yes, I also bought a new body pillow this last week.
I'm not dream of mine. To have one that first. I'm me. I want the pregnancy pillow. I'm not gonna lie to you. It would be the dream of my life to have the pregnancy pillow.
You deserve it.
To do what?
But
Chip said to be between us.
I was just thinking, will it be big enough to wrap around both you and Chip?
No. So I love my husband with all of my heart. He is the most wonderful human
But
being.
you need space when you sleep.
Don't fucking touch me when I sleep. That is the rule of life. I don't care who you are or how long you've been in my life. The dogs aren't supposed to touch me, and neither is my husband when I
Listen,
sleep.
I'm the same way. Let's snuggle at first. It'd be cute. And the second I start to doze off, bye. I need my space. I'm a furnace. Do you get hot?
No, he is a furnace.
Oh, I see.
He feels like the burning depths of hell have risen up to the surface of the earth and come out through his skin. Him and our boy dog.
Satan
Buster is
wants to
also, our boy dog is also a furnace, and the both of them love to be like under a blanket together, and it's just like radiation of heat.
That sounds scary. Your biggest flaw.
I'll take it. So work has been ramping up for you.
Yeah.
They want you to work 700 days out of the week, and
Yeah, it's just, we're
20-hour shifts each day.
Sure. Now, we're getting this year. It's been worth it. And I love it. And I love my job. And I love the responsibility. I love the people. Speaking of my job as a bartender,
Good segue.
leads us into our next topic, which is all the service industry chats.
Yeah, things that we've come across that are like weird, but also like just funny, and sometimes you're just stumped by people, right?
Oh yeah.
Like I
Absolutely.
was actually sitting at your bar, and I want you to tell the story. I was sitting at your
Okay.
bar before Chip got there and was meeting me, and this guy walked. Oh no, actually I lied. It was when we were on the phone once, and this guy walked up to you and asked for something with it was wine with soda water in it. I'm pretty sure.
I was just starting my shift. I had you in one of my in-ears.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I start talking to someone else, just be aware. And what did he ask for?
He asked literally for red wine with soda water in it. And you went, with it? Like you kept saying like on the side,
Right.
with it?
In it?
You said like in another glass, and he was like, no. And you like, I heard you go with the gun, and then he was like, more. And you were like, I think the words out of your mouth were, are you sure?
Are you sure?
Like you were trying to make sure he was doing this right the entire time. It was so funny.
I didn't want him to waste a glass of wine. We've got really nice wine at my bar, and the last thing I want is
TJ!
Oh, hey, buddy! No one likes sleeping next to a human radiator. It's true. It's true.
Shout out to the new background. Yes, we love our background.
Thanks,
Hi, all
honey.
the muches.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
you.
for tuning in.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, what are some of your craziest? Like if you can think of one that really jumps out at you, like either a chat you've had with a guest or a chat you've overheard.
I think honestly, mine always come down to like the fights that happen in restaurants, and you're like, really here? I remember I was the GM of Lucky Chang's, co-GM of Lucky Chang's. For those of you who know Keisha Carr, she is a phenomenal New York City drag queen. Her and I were the co-GMs of Lucky Chang's, and it was when we moved out to 52nd Street from the West Village, and there were like 5 levels to the restaurant. So having 2 GMs, literally both of us were there all day because we didn't have floor managers.
Holy moly! Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
That's not normal. Like you
No,
always
normally you
have a
would
floor
have some
manager.
floor managers. You wouldn't have to be there all day every day as GMs.
7 days a week I worked
Wow.
at that restaurant, and I remember because I'm 5'9". We're not tall men by anybody's standards. So I'm 5'9". I'm not like giant, 6 something. And Keisha is that. And even though Keisha's like kind of skin and bones, 6 foot something is still more than 5'9" in people's minds.
Right.
Well,
Sure.
they didn't realize who they were talking to.
Right.
And so this guy like came up and was arguing about his drink, and I was like, first of all, I know we pour heavier than most places, so fuck off.
There you go.
And then he kept getting in my face, and I remember Keisha had one arm. It was almost like if you put your elbow up and we were like this, the guy was here, and we were just pushing him towards the door, and he was screaming at us. I remember that one. And then I remember, I will tell this story, please nobody sue me. I worked at Masa.
Okay.
And then you'll have
Masa.
Masa, the 3-Michelin restaurant, top of Columbus Circle.
Oh, yeah.
I was working there, and Gordon Ramsay.
No, how that's gonna go.
Gordon Ramsay is a very opinionated person, and I will say this: Gordon Ramsay was not in the wrong in this moment. Nor he usually isn't, though. He's right. He just has a very
direct,
forward way of expressing himself.
Yes.
So at Masa, Chef Masa is the actual chef that owns it. If you go to the Masa side, it's an omakase menu, meaning the chef chooses everything for you. You do not choose anything.
What's that word you use?
Omakase. It's Japanese. It's
omakase.
It's like chef special.
Word of the day. Okay. Chef special.
And so they bring you out all these dishes, and I remember one of the dishes. They're called, I think, moon octopus. But they're like little jelly squishy octopus, and they look super fluffy and cute. They look like the ones you would see in the cartoons.
Okay.
They were alive, and so he put like some oil or some seasoning on them and wanted the guests to eat that as their first course.
And you eat them alive. That's what you do.
Yeah, it's what you do. It's Japanese cuisine, and like it's the way things go. And I remember Chef Ramsay had like 3 of them and was like, "That was good, but like I'm done." And Chef Masa said, "Why didn't you finish that?" And like did like this. And I knew my 2 sommeliers, which are wine experts, drink experts, I should say, and I looked at each other and literally all 3 at the same time went, "Oh shit."
Chef Masa, why?
Yeah. And
why?
Gordon Ramsay basically said, "I'm done with this shit." And it blew up right there. And so I had Gordon Ramsay this way. Chef Ramsay, thank you. Thank you for coming and visiting us. We're just going to have to ask you to leave. Because Chef Masa was, "Get him out of my fucking restaurant." All of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was one I will always remember.
Yikes.
Day in and day out.
I mean, I don't know how to compare to that.
Please say I'm going from retail too, so I'll tell that after.
That's just like
Sarah said it too. This is literally makeup stories. Chip is getting there. Sorry, Chip said this. I read it before I put it up there.
No makeup stories.
I have a makeup story that is definitely in this realm, but I want to hear from you.
Yeah, okay. I've got one. Also, shout out to my friend Val, who offered this as a topic that we should talk about.
Thanks, Val.
Yeah.
We love Val.
Yeah, I don't know if she's here today, but if you tune in, Val, shout outs to you. Thank you so much. Because she is a guest of mine who comes into my bar. And so I won't necessarily go into any of those topics because that's, pretty close to home and still currently happening. But I will say there was a time I had a couple sitting at my bar. I want to say they were in maybe their 50s, just like trying to work some things out. For those of you who know me, I like to therapize. I've therapized many of my friends. I'm not professionally trained. I'm just a good listener, and I've got a lot of intuition, and sometimes I bite off more than I can chew.
I was just going to say, you therapize like I mother.
Right.
Like I mother a lot of people, but not a lot of times. Sometimes people are like, "Okay, you've mothered me too much."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We recognize that the good intentions aren't always being asked for.
Right.
Right. And this was not exactly one of those situations, but I really bit off more than I could chew because this couple was having a disagreement. The gentleman wanted to open the relationship. And she wanted
it's a conversation you need to have though.
Stay closed, and they wanted my input. And
not asking for your input.
Yeah, because I'm their bartender. I'm sitting right there. I'm listening, and so I start to add my 2 cents, and I'm trying to help the gentleman eloquently express his thoughts and needs. I'm trying to help the miss find and navigate her way through attachment with her heart versus not. It was very sticky.
Girl, I would have been like, my opinion is the Sauvignon Blanc is wonderful this time of year.
Right.
If you want a good Sauvignon Blanc, we have it.
Well, and mind you, they were drinking while this conversation is happening. So the more they're drinking, the harder it gets because the more people are being like emotionally triggered and reactive.
Not that.
So it did not end well. She went upstairs first, and then I tried to coach him in how a man should express himself to his wife when he's asking for such things in a loving way.
As told by a gay man.
You know, we know how to do it well.
The key is shut your goddamn mouth and go buy her something pretty.
Literally. Just stop. Stop while you're ahead. Because you're just gonna dig it.
That's really it.
So yeah, that was probably one of the most entertaining conversations I can recall / was a part of within the last couple of years.
We have a quick story from one of our viewers / friends.
I had a woman have my take back a chicken Alfredo because it was too white for her. Also, I've truly lost count at the amount of white men in suits literally doing lines of coke at my bar.
I mean, the key to that statement was white men in suits. You had somebody ask you to take back Alfredo because it was too white for her.
Wow.
I mean, there are a lot of things in this world that are too white for me, but Alfredo is not one of them.
No, Alfredo is meant to be white. It's just meant to be white with like maybe you see some pepper in there.
Yeah.
A little bit of seasoning, color.
Yeah. The Oscars too white. The Emmys too white.
Right.
The Academy Awards, I just basically.
Although, did you watch the Oscars? Oh, we forgot to make that a topic.
We shall do it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about Oscars next week.
Okay, so one more from me, and then hopefully one more from you when we go into it.
Yeah.
If not, totally fine. But I have to get comfortable for this one. So
get comfy, girl.
I worked at a small makeup place called Sephora once. I was one of their like lead makeup artists. What do we call ourselves? Personal beauty advisors. Yes.
Yes, darling.
And I ran the beauty studio.
Come on.
So this woman comes in and she was going to like an awards event, something like that.
Okay.
And I mean, this is not like a honk honk my own horn, but my friends know this. My husband knows this. I've worked on actual celebrities before. I have had big names in my chair, and they all trust me and have asked me to come back. And I've taken a step back from doing like makeup for that because I have other things going on. But I mean, I can say her name because she told me I could say her name at one point. I've done Anne Hathaway's makeup before. I
don't think I actually knew that.
I've had Amanda Lepore in my chair before. Like these are names that people know. I actually did Alan Cummings makeup for something before.
Cute.
And then I did his producer's girlfriend's makeup for the opening of Macbeth when he did Macbeth. Wow. So anyway, I have this woman come in and everybody, she's being just the biggest bitch to everybody. And so when those girls came in, everybody knew I volunteer as tribute to take them because you will not out-bitch me.
No.
There will never be a day. If
anyone can handle it.
In Sephora, even the corporate people were like, how did he get away with that? But you made the sale, babe. So she came in and was being a bitch, and she didn't have an appointment. She needed a makeup artist right away. And all of these things, all these things that you hear in retail and in restaurants are the truth. Like, you hear horror stories, we have horror stories, kids. So this woman comes in and she's like, I'm going to this award show. I need a smoky eye. And I said, okay, talk to me about your smoky eye. What are you thinking? It's a smoky eye. Okay. But smoky eyes can be a brown smoky eye. You want black into gray into white. Like, what are you going for? Green smoky eye? A smoky eye. Do you not know what smoky eyes are? And I said, okay. So she's basically like, she's probably seen the Kardashians like 3 times and thinks she's getting, there's an old like YouTube video. I want a smoky eye like Kim Kardashian.
So that's a certain kind of smoky eye.
It's not, but it's Kim Kardashian has worn 700,000 different makeup looks, but people think by saying that you're going to have the look for them. So I'm like doing her makeup and I always turn the chair towards me and then I turn them around when it's time to reveal. Yeah. She insisted that I not only turn the chair around, which if there's if you're looking at the mirror and I'm trying to apply your makeup, there's no room for me between you and the mirror then.
Right.
And she insisted that I give her a hand mirror. So she wanted both. She wanted to be able to like look. And I was like, okay, first of all, this is not, I'm like doing her makeup like this around her, you know? And
she's commenting the whole time.
The whole time. And so she goes, I need to see this closer. And so she turns around, and when you do a smoky eye, you do all of the dark first, and then you start blending it in with lighter colors and making it like
smoke it out, blend it out.
Yeah, you smoke it out, exactly. Yeah. So she turns around and she goes, what is this? And I said, well, it's
not done.
Yeah, it's a, the words out of my mouth were actually, it's a quarter of the way to a smoky eye. And she goes, oh no, this is not good. And she starts doing this, like this motion, which for those of you out there in podcast land, it's almost like a bird flapping, but in front of her face.
Is she imitating windshield wiping?
It's kind of like bird flapping,
Wash
windshield wiping. And she goes, oh no. Peaks and valleys, that's all I see. And the entire store is like looking at me and her and all of the cast, because that's Sephora, you're a cast, you're not, you know, because you go out on stage and you work the people. And so all of the cast members are looking at me because they're like, what is he gonna do next? Because this woman is not gonna get away with this. And I said, well, you can take your peaks and valleys somewhere else, or you can sit your ass there and shut the fuck up and let me finish your face. And that was that. And
did she let you finish your face?
Well, she wouldn't go out there like that. And she goes, but I'm not paying for anything. I bet you she paid for $300 worth of makeup that day.
I bet you she did. Did she?
I bet money on it she did. And didn't have.
And at the end of the day, did she get her damn smoky eye?
Wait, hold on. Sarah, it's the impossible. I don't know the impossible. What's the impossible?
Dream.
The impossible. Okay, Chip said that. Sarah, immediately, makeup right now. That's what she did say. And then you said, did she say to get her face done?
Did she?
Sure did.
Sure did.
But that will go down in infamy as one of, literally, people tell it in other stores still to this day. Sarah has worked in like 3 other stores. And I'm sure between the two of us and everybody that was there that day, it's just gotten around.
Did anyone decide what peaks and valleys meant? Did that get deciphered?
Nobody knew. Nobody knew. I literally, like, I had the brush and I went, and she, peaks and valleys, and I went.
Honey, if you're talking about your mood swings, yeah.
Like,
peaks
what?
And valleys.
The other thing from that store, we worked at Union Square. Okay. So Union Square Park is right there. As we all know, in New York City, we have a very large homeless community, and a lot of them tend to participate in recreational drugs. Mm-hmm. So we used to get all of the people that would come in and go, if this was a bottle of fragrance, because at Sephora you have to be able to get samples anytime you want to at Sephora. So if you ask for a sample, they should be giving it to you.
Oh.
Of anything, not good to know. Don't do that.
Just kidding.
I mean, if you want a sample of a fragrance because you're actually going to take the fragrance home and sample it and then come back and buy it.
Right, but that'd be like walking to my bar and wanting to taste every kind of wine that we offer.
It's also like putting glassware out of drinks that people have already had a drink of.
Right.
And then like cleaning the rim, but knowing that there's still like backwash in it, and then letting people do that.
You know.
Because if you take a sample of makeup, they're taking it from the tester that's there. If people have put their fingers in it and like rubbed it all over
that's not cute.
Yeah, you're going to get something one day.
Gross.
Cold sores. So anyways.
Rashes.
The people from the park used to come in and they would go, can I get a sample of this? Crack nodding all the time. All the time.
Awful. Crack nodding. Or whatever that drug is that makes you like frozen. Like that one that there's K2. That thing they're just frozen. Like halfway down the stairs into the subway, they're frozen.
Oh yeah, that's true. The shit of it is I was supposed to be done. So nobody would take her. I said that.
Yeah.
I was leaving for the day when she came in. And I was like, nope, you're not doing this to my artist. She made us miss happy hour. That's so true. We were supposed to be on our way to our bar. Heckin' rude is what Sarah said.
Heckin' rude.
I want to come to your bar.
Oh, I'll come to my bar or to your bar or to our bar one day. It's a thought.
Yeah, Viva Leah's going to be a full-on restaurant one day. Cheers. Okay, one more story from you, and then we'll move on to our next.
You were reminding me.
I know I have very colorful stories working.
No, your story.
I had somebody shit in a fitting room once.
Gross.
It was gross.
Why? That's not the place. That's not the time.
Do you want that story?
No. Maybe this topic should have just been like all of your stories. Yours are a lot more colorful than mine.
It was when I worked at Forever 21.
Okay.
I was the GM at Forever 21.
Okay. Someone decided to shit in the dressing room.
Yeah.
No one's crapped in my lobby bar. No one's done that yet.
I actually followed her out of Forever 21 with a mop and bucket and said, "You will come back and you will clean this up."
Oh god.
The amount of people that pee in like trash cans. That's why trash cans have. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but trash cans no longer are in fitting rooms. Like of big name stores, like H&M doesn't have them anymore. Forever 21 doesn't have them anymore.
Oh wow.
Target doesn't have them anymore because people pee in them. Because people are gross.
Well, and the New York City law has changed now, where defecating or urinating in public spaces is no longer illegal.
As it should be, and should have been.
It's interesting. I understand the purpose for it, especially because of COVID. I think they were trying to minimize the amount of like criminalization that was happening to homeless people when there were lots of restaurants and places
totally
not open.
I mean, I definitely think the criminalization.
But
of,
at least like pee on a tree. Don't pee in a subway station.
I mean,
pee in nature.
Many a year, Sarah, our friend Tyler, and I would pee in a parking lot right over by
find a drain.
The Ritz when it was actually a good place to go.
Yeah, pee check in the park.
I mean, if you have to poop, go home. Let's just be
honest. Unless you don't have a home,
go to a shelter.
Find a shelter. Find a Starbucks.
Or like one of the bathrooms in the subway, because nobody actually uses those.
It's just at the
Nickelodeon. All the marches.
The 34th Street Penn Station stop. I think maybe they've just got this whole like underground section you enter into before you get to the trains, and it like honestly, I really appreciate masks right now because it reeks of urine and feces.
Yeah, masks are good for a lot of things recently, like keeping you warm in the winter.
Yeah.
I'm totally wearing a mask in the
Honestly,
winter.
I didn't wear it much today because I'm double vaccinated, so I've been enjoying some fresh air. But there's been a breeze a lot most of the day, and I'm a little chapped.
Yeah, you've had both parts of your vaccination.
Yeah.
You didn't get 2 vaccines.
Oh, right. Exactly. I had both parts of Pfizer.
We both had the Pfizer. Mr. Pfizer. We wanted to talk to you about the perfume.
I also don't know if I have another story right now about an interesting bar chat.
Sarah actually is hoping to rack your brain. Chris, I know you had interesting people at Margaritas.
I sure did. Do you recall of a story I told you? Because my brain's crapping out.
I'm trying to think of anything that I've seen.
I mean, I had this woman.
Oh, wait. Do you remember the guy that was there when Michael and I came to talk with Stetson and I came to visit you? And he was like commenting in, and his daughters were with him. There was something very strange about that man. I can't remember. Hopefully he's not watching. We love everybody. If we don't have stories, though, we can move on to the next topic.
Someone interesting. I did have someone interesting this past week who, when he walked in, I don't know, this is a really bizarre reference, but in the movie The Day After Tomorrow, when things are starting to hit the fan, like New York is starting to flood a little, and there's a man who comes onto the bus, and he's like, very like, oh yeah, I gotta get out of here, gotta get on the bus, gotta go, all these things in the way, all this water, He's like complaining nonstop and like going to town, right? I swear that man walked into my bar the other night.
He might have.
And he came in with this woman, and they gave me some sort of like Italian mafia last name, and said that they're part of the mafia. And she said, "Yeah, so buckle up." Looked at me and said, "Yeah, so buckle up." And I just go, ha ha ha. And then they went upstairs to their room, never paid for their bill. So I grabbed them and took care of it myself. And that was that. Because sometimes you get those people.
Sarah said it could have been her.
I mean, it could have been me. I ordered one of the huge margaritas in 4 seconds. It was still close. Sounds about right. Listen, those margaritas were strong, and I had some crazy people. What? Oh my God! I've taken care of some famous people.
Oh.
Thank you, Sheila. I completely forgot about that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Having chats with Hugh Jackman at the US Open. I worked at the US Open in the presidential suites. Within 2 months of living in New York, I got the steak. My friend Natalie got me the steak, luckily. It was super sweet of her, and it was a trip. I took care of everyone, from Alec Baldwin to Oprah. Personally served Vanessa Williams with a guest. It was just them. They didn't want to watch the game.
She was on a flight of mine once.
Oh, really?
Vanessa Williams.
I will say she never looked me in the eye once.
Who was your favorite person to wait on?
Interesting.
Who was your favorite and your least favorite?
Ooh, my favorite. Certainly, I will say, oh my God, what is his name? Glasses, sexy. He was in Show a Little More, Show a Little Less. Burlesque. He was Cher's right-hand man.
Wait,
what's his name?
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci.
You said Stanley Tucci. I love Stanley Tucci to death, but sexy is not how I would describe him.
Oh, I think he's sexy. I think he's very sexy.
Well, I mean, I love him.
Whatever
came to my mind. Devil's Wear Prada.
Oh, right. The
devil
wears Prada.
Yeah, Devils Wear Prada. Multiple devils.
Devils wear Prada. They all do. I'm a devil. No, but he was wonderful. Actually, that conversation was quite lovely.
Okay, so favorite and then least favorite.
Well, so like I'll tell you why it's my favorite.
Though. Oh yeah.
Because Stanley Tucci. So one of the games at the U.S. Open got rained out, and so everyone came flocking in. Chef Jennifer Cox is like, we gotta make this happen. Everyone's ready for dinner.
Yeah, Courtney Cox was cooking.
Right, and we're like, whoa, okay, let's go. And I'm taking care of Mr. Tucci and a female guest of his. And he's asking me about the wine, and I go, well, I have a Sauvignon Blanc. And he was like, oh, well, at this point I have to introduce myself. And he's like, oh, Chris, do you have anything else? And I say, well, the president of the USTA is drinking a really nice Sancerre. Let me go see if I can get my hands on a bottle. He goes, Chris, that would be lovely. And so I come back with that bottle of Sancerre, and I pour them a couple of glasses, and he's like, oh, Chris, you're the best. Why don't you sit down and have a drink with us? And I go, Stanley, I'd love to. I've got a job to do. And he said, well, if we were in France, this would be a problem. I said, what are we waiting for? And we had a good old laugh. And that was it. That was my moment with Stanley Tucci, an invitation.
And then Meg Ryan walked in, and you had
we had a moment. It was a little flirtatious. It was cute. I think Stanley's straight, but it's Hollywood.
He is, even though he shouldn't be because he only plays gay characters.
We had some nice energy. I think if we were at a party together, some cute little Hollywood event, we'd have a little kiss.
You think about that. You think of that about a lot of people.
I do.
If President Barack Obama and I were together at a party, we would have a little kiss. That's Chris. That's Chris's MO in life. I mean, and it's a good thing to have.
Listen, when I can connect with people, I know I can connect with people.
You know my Stanley Tucci story, right?
No. Oh, you have a Stanley Tucci story?
Yeah.
Now tell it.
So I'm obsessed with him as an actor. I think he's a wonderful actor.
Right.
But we saw each other all the time because I think he lives near. He lives in like the Union Square Park area.
Okay.
And we saw each other all the time, and we would kind of like, hey, you know how you do. You're like leaving celebrities alone because they deserve to have their time too.
They're a person.
I'm a full on believer that celebrities are doing a job just like we are doing a job, and so when they're on, but they should allow to be off. And like they should also be courteous enough to take pictures and whatever. But if you know them, or if you are somebody who's well-minded, leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah.
But anyway,
let them be a person.
Yeah, we saw each other a lot, and one time we walked by each other, and he was laughing. He went like, "Oh, you again?" And then he went, "Are you stalking me?" And I was kind of like, no. And he was like, "I'm joking. I know we see each other all the time." And I was like, okay. And then we just kind of like walked away from each other because like that's a weird conversation to have with somebody,
right? But he's a quirky, funny man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta know how to roll.
Hey Herbie, how's it going, babe?
Hey.
Okay. So I think we are well into our the time we like.
Yeah, we really got into.
That was a good one, though.
Really good.
The next one I don't think is going to be a disappointment at all. We are talking about All the Drag.
Race.
We put race on here because we started this conversation about Drag Race.
Well, because RuPaul's Drag Race just celebrated the end of its
RuPaul's
Drag Race. I know I butcher Scottish accents, but that was in homage to season 2 of
Lawrence
Chaney,
who I loved from the beginning.
Oh, wonderful.
However, I will say in the very last episode, I wanted Bimini to win.
She really glowed up on that break they had.
I mean, I always was like, if it were Lawrence or Bimini, I would be so happy. But in that last episode, Bimini pulled it through for me, and I was like,
yeah.
I love you, but Bimini should have won.
But I do want to see a Lawrence Chaney TV show. I'm curious about what that will look like because he is a wacky, charismatic, wonderful, crazy motherfucker.
What's that word?
Waiting, wacky, inflatable too. Man.
Charismatic.
Charismatic. Yeah.
I like the pronunciation you use.
Charismatic.
Like charismatic.
Oh,
you
right.
say charismatic.
Instead of charismatic, I said charismatic.
I like it. I really do. Okay, so we'll talk about UK first since we're here.
Sure.
Was there anybody that you thought got like
the
shaft in that?
I don't know if I really feel the shaft.
You do feel the
so
shaft,
speak.
but we're talking about Drag Race UK.
It's true. I do.
You're Ahura.
Oh, you little salute.
I do like her though. I actually thought Ahura
remarkable.
should have been on longer than Taste.
Yeah, but Taste has more charisma than Ahura.
Does she?
Yes.
No, I think Ahura was like pulling back quite a bit, and you could feel that it was like edging to come up. But I also thought because she was like Taste's friend, she was like not giving it all when Taste was.
She wanted Taste to have it.
Yeah,
that could have been some of it too. She didn't want to like take it away from her friend.
Yeah.
Maybe her like buddy, if you will.
Her booty hole buddy.
Her boudoir friend.
Oh, sorry, I said that out loud.
I don't know. Those were the ideas. No, but I mean, Taste was just so confident, and I think really that's what helped push her through. I mean, a gorgeous queen, gorgeous, and quirky and funny. That Welsh thing, like cute, but top 3.
Yeah,
top 4, top
wasn't there for it.
I don't know.
I don't know either. The one I think Chip actually wanted one of them to go on longer because I said that it was basically his like drag doppelganger. What was her name? The one that ended up getting COVID. Victoria.
The one
with the little glasses.
The one who got canceled out of the show because she had COVID and they started the show up and she was still having COVID. I really wish they would have just waited a week for production because she would have been top 4.
Well, she's going to be on next season and she'll have extra stuff.
Actually, this is probably the best thing for her.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Vanjie.
Yeah,
Vanjie came back and was like, "I'm a superstar."
Right, or Eureka.
Fuck y'all.
You've got all that time to prepare. You've already gathered that fan base.
Eureka was kind of the same. There are a lot of drag races coming up.
Yeah,
a lot of different new ones. So we have another All Stars coming up. We have Down
Australia,
Down Under, and Spain,
España.
Yeah, Drag Race España. Is there one that you are like looking forward to over the others? Are you like intrigued by the concept of some of them?
I'm excited about all of it. Really, I'm curious to see if with Spain they do subtitles like they did with Holland, which was really difficult for me.
I mean, you can turn those on your TV if you want.
That's true. But I'm excited to see what Spain girls bring. I think it's gonna be gorgeous. I think it's gonna be fierce. I'm also really excited for Australia because I live for a good Australian accent.
So quirky and kooky and like
it's going to be a lot of fun looks.
I had a friend who I knew in Michigan who lived in Australia for a while, and her drag name was Flangelina Jolie. And she was just so like weird. And like now thinking about how I've lived in New York and seen kind of like the drag spectrum, I appreciate her a lot more. I appreciated her that I was like the only person that would put her in shows.
You're a Persian?
Persian.
Kitty girl.
When Danny Thomas born? Don't you remember from the Golden Girls when they were saying Jean's a lesbian? Well, that's okay. Wasn't Danny Thomas one? That's Lebanese, Blanche.
I'm surprised it was Blanche. You said that line, not Rose.
No, because she had a crush on Rose, and then Blanche went, Rose, why not me? Doesn't Jean have any taste? Rose. She goes off about it. But anyway, yeah. So I feel like the quirkiness and like the really like craziness of Australia, I'm excited for. There are a couple of people, again, I think Drag Race has its like internal problems. We've obviously had the Sherry Pie scandal. There's Elliot with 4K or 3Ks. Elliot with 2 Ts. But also Elliot with 3Ks. She is racist.
There have been scandalous things that have come out.
And I'm saying it. She's racist as a Mexican girl. And there's been a lot that's come out about like 3 cast members already from Australia. And so they're dealing with that. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but I think at this point, RuPaul's probably like, shit.
Right. Hopefully she doesn't run into any of that with All Stars. Are you excited about All Stars at all?
I am. I've got a little insider information, and you never know if it's true or not.
Right.
I mean, we can write it all day and all night.
Yeah.
But I am excited for it.
Same here. I've heard about a couple of queens that might be joining it. Potentially, we shall see how that unfolds.
Know who's winning, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, the person that I know of is very near and dear to my heart and somebody that I talk to quite a bit.
Wow.
And so I am kind of dying at that. And I think it's, I'm not going to say it on the show. I'll talk to Chris after the show, but.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, I feel like drag is different because of Drag Race. And I'm very grateful for the show. So
how did you feel about the season finale of season 13?
There is one word I have for the season finale.
Yeah. What's that word?
Boo! It was so like okay.
It was underwhelming.
It was underwhelming. Let me give my like, and you and I have things, so like please just chime in when I'm saying stuff, and then I want the same from you. But like, especially since I think I'm having the tired talks today.
It's all good. I get it. You're just going. Yeah, because you're tired. So
I'm gonna say one thing, and then I'm gonna hand it over to you.
I'm here for it.
So the one of the things is like. The fact that they didn't have the people there, and I know why that.
Right, because they only had the top 4 there. Yeah. They didn't have the rest of the entire cast there. Usually, season finale they do.
It was disappointing.
We could see all their looks.
And I have again insider information that it was.
That's why that happened.
Love you, babe, but I'm spilling your tea. It was because of one of the girls that didn't want to be there, and kind of like trickled out through the rest of the cast, and so they decided like. Oh yeah, we can use COVID as an excuse, and like I'm like, girl, buck up.
I see the excuse that like we don't want to quarantine these people for 2 more weeks again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was.
But as an audience member and as a fan, I would
want to see that.
Love to have seen all the queens again. I feel like all the queens being back there would have been great for their representation and for their their popularity and their audiences, people who love them. So that was really disappointing to not see the.
To go with that, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
From previous seasons, not winners, thinking other drag queens, you remember looks from not winners, right? Like
all the
in
time.
the finale. Like name like 2.
I'll think it's winners now. Like Violet Chachki comes to mind.
Well, yeah.
Right. I am having a hard time.
But even okay.
The gray look. The gray look by Detox. Yeah.
Detox did the gray look.
That full gray look.
Yeah.
Like it was iconic.
Iconic and not a winner.
Not a winner.
I mean, she's obviously a winner because she does a lot, but she wasn't the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right.
But like, tell me one look you remember from this season for the finale. That wasn't the winner.
I will say Rosé's look.
Nope, not the top 4. I'll say that because.
Oh wait, what are you saying?
Let's say not the top 4. Any of the
finale, they're only top 4. We didn't get to see any other.
We did.
We did.
See?
Did they present it on stage?
No, they were all in
music videos.
No. The music videos were earlier. They did finale looks as well. We don't remember them. Why?
No.
Why? Because they weren't there.
The way they set up the segments. Yeah.
And I'm telling you.
Our girl
Olivia did it. She had the look.
Oh wait, was that the gorgeous like orangey cascading?
See, but you had to be reminded.
I did have to be reminded, but it was a gorgeous
tea.
look, Olivia. It was gorgeous.
So
yeah,
like,
it was like I dream of Genie moment.
You missed so much from it.
It was real
without
cute.
having them there.
Yeah, I will say I really enjoyed seeing RuPaul give us a little performance. It was cute. It was cute.
It was a RuPaul performance.
Yeah, it was cute. We haven't seen that for a while. I mean, I saw her live once in 2002 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my first gay pride in Montreal, and she was doing the whole I've got an album, I've got singles. Well, I am very French. I'm a lot French. My mother's maiden name, she's Jean-Marie Leblanc, and I'm French-Canadian amongst a plethora of other things. But yeah, so Montreal, I'm from New Hampshire, so Montreal's like a 3-hour drive. So my first, super close. So like my first 3 gay prides were when I was 18, 19, and 20, before I could even legally drink in the States, went with a friend up to Montreal for gay pride. Let me tell you what, Montreal knows how to do
I know,
pride.
I need to get into that somehow.
It's cute.
I need to get into it.
It's not too far from here
No,
either.
I mean, I need to get into it.
Oh, get into it, my queen.
Because, you know, I've done other countries' prides
before.
Yes, you have. Curacao, thank you.
Yeah.
What else about the finale was just kind of like there. It really was.
I will say I don't appreciate the fact that after all the hard work these queens do to get to top 4.
Oh, you had something.
Yeah, it's down to like this Wheel of Fortune moment where people just get plucked to be against each other, and whoever wins that is now second place, and they go against the winner of the second round, and that's it. Like, I think that's kind of a joke. I feel like
first alternate is what we call it.
Sure, first alternate. I feel like there should be like, you know, we see this in sports where there's like a loser's bracket. So whoever like lost from the first round and whoever lost from the second round, maybe they get like a redemption lip sync where they face each other, and then the winner of that one faces the winner of the other 2, and that's how you find the best winner.
World of Wonder, pick up our show, please.
You know, because the comparison I made was that it would be very similar and would create congruency with the first episode where there was a pork chopped section of the loser circle versus the winner circle, and if they did it that way in this instance, it would have brought it full circle.
Totally.
And so I think that would have been clever, because I feel like a lot of us felt sort of just like cheated. It was just quick. It was like lip sync. Oh, Rosé lost because of this one moment. Oh, so she's done. Okay. And then it was up to Simone and
Candy
at the end. In the end. And that was just it didn't make sense.
And I
need to be more.
I am not a Candy fan, but
I love Candy Muse.
Slating her to win by anybody's standards.
I didn't think she would be first alternate. No. I think Gottmik, absolutely, if not having won the show, would have been first alternate.
You just have a Scottish accent.
Gottmik.
Yeah, Gottmik. I think it was between Simone and Gottmik for a lot of us.
Yeah, and it's also hard too because it just comes down to the lip sync in the end, and it would be nice if there was.
Which is like a drag queen. I love that they're like pulling it back to traditional drag, and like that's what chooses. Agree with you. Should have been a loose bracket. If like Simone triumphed and Candy was the first alternate in that scenario, then at least we knew that there was like still that element.
And maybe it would have been like the losers bracket winner versus first alternate and the runner, so it would be like a 3-way lip sync. You know, like give us something more exciting, especially if we're not going to have an audience there, if we're not going to have the rest of the queens there. I think we just all were left a little disappointed and wanted more.
Yeah. I'll say one more thing, and then we can go on to our last, which we're both looking forward to.
Super fun.
Is that for this show, the top 4, because they didn't have the other number of 13 girls.
But I do remember what's her face's look. Short red hair, black, slinky, Utica queen.
Oh, Utica's always looking
Utica,
stunning.
you gave me like Sasha Velour quirky vibes.
Yeah, she did. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Utica did give us a moment. But I will say the top 4 had to bring 7 looks with them to the finale. 7. They did 2 runways.
Yeah.
Then they did it in between. They did their top look, 2 lip syncs.
Right. There was a black and white look, a blue look, whatever the third look was. 2 lip syncs.
That was like their final though.
Oh, I see.
It was like their Eleganza Extravaganza look.
Right. Okay.
And then the lip syncs. So
Right.
it took them to 7.
That's insane.
7 looks,
That's
y'all.
nuts.
That's first of all, I want to say drag costuming.
For 1 episode.
Drag costuming, one garment will cost you. I mean, depending on what you're getting. If I want like a simple fabric gown made, I can get one for like
$200.
$200, $250. But if I want something that's going to be like Drag Race quality, it's like
4
1,000.
digits.
Yeah, 1,000 to 3,000, easy.
Easy.
And don't
Yeah.
ask for it to be beaded or like rhinestone. Then you're
Right.
looking at like 3 to 5.
No, you do that yourself.
I mean, beading we don't, but yes.
You get professional and you do.
And Chip made a comment about when you were talking about Montreal Pride. Pride this year. Honey, I'm down.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's do it.
I don't know what it is.
We have a last game that we're gonna play.
We do.
And we're gonna call this. This is a segment that we're gonna revisit later. It's
Yeah,
called
all the games. I think we want to try to every episode do a little fun game.
Yeah,
Potentially, we're looking at. But today
Or
I
like
had an idea,
different things.
and so we decided we're gonna play a cute little game called This or That.
Yes,
And go back and forth.
and you have 5 for me, and I have 5 for you.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
I have 5 and I have like a 5B. It's like a second part. To
Oh, I
the thing.
love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go first, and anybody out there, especially in our live audience, go ahead and comment in. We'll put those up if you want to say like what your this or that is.
Please.
Also, if you're listening in our podcast, please know that we go live each and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is on our Facebook mostly, but we also have YouTube Twitch,
well.
and Twitter. And we're going to, after this show, actually connect to Chris's YouTube. So if you're looking up either one of us, mine is actually my drag YouTube, so you would have to look up Aaliyah Martinez, but you'll be able to find Chris's a little bit easier.
Yes.
So let's jump in. You go first.
All right. So my first question for you is: pancakes or French toast or toast?
Pancakes or French toast? French toast, because I season it more.
Yeah.
I season it more. Yeah, I feel like I
You
love
can
it.
do more with.
I love a
French
good
toast.
pancake. Pancake for me, you have to have like fruit in it, or like first of all, I don't do chocolate chip pancakes. I think they're gross.
Okay.
I would do a chocolate and peanut butter pancake,
Okay.
but I would need to have both.
I've had a really nice pumpkin pancake, but I agree. French toast.
Yeah,
all the way.
French toast all
You
the way.
can stuff it.
Speaking of stuffing it,
Was that a good segue to your
it
question?
actually is. My first
Okay.
for you is water or silicone base.
Water based.
Really?
100%. Because when it starts to dry out, you can just spit on it.
Ah!
That's what it is. It just
I mean, you can
reapplies.
spit on it either way.
No, but you can't. But adding water into silicone-based lubricant does not juice it up, if you will.
Word.
Yeah. So I'm a water-based fan all the way.
Okay.
How about you?
I mean, I think it depends because like water-based is better. So, but I do think silicone, if you're like using a toy or something like that, you need the silicone because silicone on silicone is different.
Right, and it creates almost like a protective barrier where you can have the slip and slide, but no chance of the friction.
Yeah. Also, again, this is a show where we talk about everything.
Yeah, all the munches.
So all the munches is everything, and we will hit on topics that may you and may be like ooh to you. So let's keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So my next one is to win. To be a part of. Oh wait. To be on Drag Race or to win Miss Continental.
That is a very good. You did this, didn't you?
No, I came up with this all by myself.
Oh my god. Like in my heart of hearts, I will say actually Continental, because here's the thing: I do want to be on Drag Race, and they've made the calls, so I know this for a fact. But I did not get on this season, as far as I know. Hopefully, this doesn't ruin my chances. World of Wonder, VH1, RuPaul. Hashtag
When you
everything.
did that, that was a little bit of your Lauren Metcalf moment there.
Um,
What about me?
But I think the prestige of pageantry for me is always going to be in the deepest wells of my heart.
Absolutely.
And I think Continental is I'm going for one of the top 4 titles that are out there in general this year. We are. But Continental is its own legacy. And my drag mother has been, she's been EOY too, but Continental is just like the thing in the drag world.
Right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I get that. I appreciate that.
But I do want to be on Drag Race, so please cast me.
Totally. Okay, your turn.
Are you ready for a hard one?
Sure.
Barbra Streisand or Celine Dion?
Celine Dion.
That was an easy choice for you.
That was. I have an affinity for Celine. She's also French Canadian. But if I could have them both, that duet they did for Tell Him. Tell him, tell him.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. But
sounded just like you.
Yeah. I changed the key. It's a little. Her voice is a little rough today.
Celine's?
No, mine.
Celine's voice is a little rough today.
No,
we went
it's
over it
not.
earlier.
No, actually, her voice is killing it. Remember when she did that grand performance of Titanic all over again in that white moment with the raining? I don't know.
Yeah.
So look up white moment Titanic, recent Celine. You'll find it on YouTube.
Maybe not white moment.
White gown.
Just look up Celine Dion.
Recent Titanic performance.
Just Titanic performance.
Sure.
She's in a white gown. Not white moment.
Okay, so now for you, Christina Aguilera or Jessie J?
Christina's always been my tried and true. I think Jessie J is phenomenal and wonderful. And actually, this segues into something I wanted to say when you were talking about Celine.
Okay.
Voices of people in general change as we get older.
Totally.
It's just in the nature of it. Tenors get lower.
Right.
We lose. Sometimes we don't, but for the most part, we lose our falsetto.
Our body decays and changes,
Yeah.
and our vocal folds are part of that.
And
folds.
Christina, folds. Christina has had
Christina
has had 2 children as well.
Yeah.
And Celine has had children.
That will change it.
And your body chemistry changes when you have
100%.
children.
Yeah.
And your cavity changes, the way you breathe, the way you're able to push air, and all of that changes.
Totally.
And so their voices have changed. But I will say, both of those women are fucking killing it.
Still killing it. Still killing it.
And Jessie, without children, obviously, she could sing the alphabet to us, and we would be like,
I'm obsessed. Give me more.
We were watching that competition she was on in Asia again last night. I was watching it with Tajma. Actually, it was for those of you who don't know. I think we introed this, but I was in Kansas City this morning, literally, and now I'm here.
There we go.
This has nothing to do with anything we've been talking about.
Okay.
French fries as your fingers, or hot dogs as your tongue, or a hot dog as your tongue.
French fries as my fingers, or
a hot dog
as
your
my tongue. I think I would want French fries as my fingers.
Why?
Because that would be finger licking good.
They get soggy after you lick them too many times. They
would get
fingers.
soggy. I just don't think I would be able to speak with a hot dog as my tongue very well. And I think that'd be really dangerous. And if I can't speak, that means I can't sing.
What if you bit into it too?
I like the taste of hot dogs. I would eat off my own tongue.
Constantly tasting hot dog.
Yeah, I like hot dogs more than French fries. So I would be chewing off my own tongue. I would have no more tongue. So now I would have no tongue,
or soggy fingers.
I'd rather have soggy fingers. I'm fine with that.
Where?
I might not be able to bartend, but we'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'd start shaking with my arms. Yeah.
Chris sticking his hand in the cheese toast machine. Not the toaster oven, but the cheese toast machine before it goes to work.
Oh, no.
Or dehydrated.
He's laughing at me. I've drank a lot.
We only have 2 more.
I know. Okay, your turn.
It's your
My
turn.
turn. Oh, okay. So my next question. Anne Frank or Anna Nicole?
Always Anna Nicole Frank. Oh, no, not Anna Nicole.
Not Anna Nicole Frank.
We should do this. We should make sure we do a segment of our inside lingo.
Inside jokes?
Next week.
Yes. I promise there's nothing meant to be irreverent about what we just expressed.
Are you ready for me to be rude to you a little bit?
I'm ready. Come on, rude boy.
Since you're on keto.
Oh, sure.
Cheese or bread?
Oh, you poor. Cheese.
You can have cheese right now.
I can have all the cheese, so I'm just gonna go with the easy one, say cheese, because I will eat every cheese under the sun right now. Although, you know what cheese I had recently? It was a red wine port cheese. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It tasted like blueberries, but like not good blueberries, not sweet blueberries. It tasted like blueberry cheese. I was like, what is this garbage? I paid $10 for it.
Say blueberries again.
Blueberries.
Thank you.
Okay, my last question for you.
Oh yeah, we're in the last ones, yes.
Is or did I just
No,
I
we
just
are in
asked
the
you?
last ones. No, I just asked you.
Oh, okay.
I said cheese or bread.
Oh, right. Okay. So mine's a two-parter.
Oh?
Yeah.
A and B.
Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey?
Actually, I had this discussion last night.
Okay.
I since you're going to question me twice.
Well, whichever answer you give me, this one's going to be part one of the next one.
I figured.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you my answer from last night.
Okay.
Whitney Houston.
Yes.
However,
okay.
Mariah Carey has been very open about the fact that she had vocal nodules.
Yeah.
And she never had them removed in her entire career. She still hasn't because they make her whistle tones better. Because she can whistle through them because she has multiple of them, so the air passes differently.
Wow.
So, had Mariah never had vocal nodules, her mid-range would have never had the strain that it has. And we know it. We've all heard it. If Mariah had those removed and she still had her whistle tone,
we don't
know.
In all capacities.
Yeah, we don't know whether her whistle tone would have been better or worse off.
Right.
She would have been the best vocalist of all time, no questions asked.
Wow.
Hands down.
All right.
But in current standpoint, Whitney.
Okay. So that being said, Whitney is the choice. Now, part two is Whitney or Selena Quintanilla Perez.
As far as vocals go,
mm-hmm.
I love Selena without a doubt, and there would be a lot of people who don't have careers now, but Whitney is still, she's the voice. Whitney is the voice.
She's the voice. She sure is.
Selena would be a
megastar
star still,
100%,
without a doubt. I mean, everybody in the, it doesn't matter what language you speak, knows "Dreaming of You," knows all of those, like "Missing My Baby." Even if you haven't heard it in a while, "Missing My Baby."
Ooh,
you all know that song. We all know the like three. Yeah, we know the song.
I sang that at my cousin's wedding when I was 13 years old.
Everybody knows the three songs that she put, and everybody now knows like "Bitty Bitty Bum Bum."
Wait, what's the other one? What's the other super famous one? I Could Fall in Love with You.
Yeah, I could fall in love with you. Yeah. But also everybody knows "Bitty Bitty Bum Bum."
Like, oh my god!
It doesn't matter what language you speak. Yeah. So yes, so I love Selena, and she will be my diva forever. But Whitney is the voice.
And I gotta say, I agree on both my questions, part one and two.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
But God only knows if Mariah would have been even better than she is.
Right.
Could you imagine though if Mariah was better than Mariah in her prime? Like,
I can't imagine like Beyond Emotions or Beyond what was that whole, I don't remember. Anyway, what's your last question?
Leather or lace?
Ooh, leather or lace? Well, firstly, great song.
Britney.
By Stevie Nicks.
Britney has a leather.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm surprised that just
surprised
me when you said.
I almost asked you earlier, Christina or Britney, but that was too easy. Obviously, you didn't choose Christina. Leather or lace? Ooh, what mood? I would say if I had to choose one or the other permanently, I'd go with leather. Yeah, I own a leather hat. I do.
That was the best answer. I own a leather hat.
Yeah.
Does anybody own a lace one?
I don't know. But you know me, my hats, girl.
I love that was like the final thing. Everybody out there watching, this is All the Muches, and we want you to continue to be a part of our show. So go ahead and email in anytime you want to. Any suggestions for our topics or any games you want us to play to info@allthemuches.com. You can find us at All the Muches on most podcasting sites. And if not, then they're not worthy. But info@allthemuches is our email. Go ahead and email in. And
thank you so much for tuning in.
Chris is going to sing it by himself today because I am, no, actually.
We love you all the muches.
There you go.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Queen.